We are happy to announce that this episode of the SW Show is partially brought to you by Humble Bundle. Well, not really. We are part of the Humble Bundle referral program, and we just wanted to say that if you like really cheap games and maybe helping charity pending the Humble thing going on, all you have to do is go to humblebundle.com/partner equals SWW. That's right, humblebundle.com/partner equals SWW. And you just do your normal stuff, and it just kind of helps us get a couple bucks here and there. Maybe it helps AJ get his lights, maybe it's Mike camera, maybe we actually pay Corey for helping us out. But again, if you're going to go buy games anyway, it might be worth checking out.
Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Club, where we, the SWW show, are talking about the ultimate stinker for the holiday season, Black Adam. I don't know, is that a little too harsh?
It's a little too harsh. I'm not going to sit here and be like it was a great film, but I think it was fun. Okay?
I don't even know if it was fun.
Just Pierce Brosnan in there, fucking...
Yeah, so... Well, and that was the whole weird part, right? So obviously there's going to be mega spoilers. We're going to talk about this movie backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Not that there's really much to spoil that hasn't already been...
There's Right, that's part of it. Like, there is stuff that, matters, but it's online.
The Rock literally posted the ending, or who's in the, credit scene.
Question, when you hire The Rock now, do you not just have an insurance policy on him for fucking saying shit?
Well, okay, so...
it's surprising to me, because I feel like The Rock is the one loose lips over here.
Let's talk about that first, because I think that's part of my problem with this movie. Right, there is no other person in Hollywood right now that is a better promoter of their work than The Rock. Obviously, he has a lot of help because he spent 9 years with WWE learning promo skills. And he's just naturally good at it. I follow him on Instagram. That's the only real place that I follow him. It's also the only place where I saw anything about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to that later. And he was hyping up
later also. Go.
Well, he was hyping up this movie to be the changing of the guard for DC or whatever, right?
Fuck, what was it? The future of the DC multiverse? He was saying some shit.
Something like that. If the future of the DC whatever verse is, what was it? The Justice Society?
Yes.
I'm sorry, you have a thing called the Justice League, which is such a better name than Justice Society. Justice Society sounds like a name that would be in a spoof thing.
Or Justice Society is a real DC thing, to be fair. This not just made up for this film.
Or a Watchmen thing where they're not really superheroes.
Right.
But they need a name. Yeah, so it the promo for this movie was so odd because I saw that the reviews were coming out, right, the critic reviews, and it wasn't that great. And so I was talking to people at work, and I'm like, the Rock's new movie looks like it sucks. And they're like, he has a new movie out? So I don't know where they were advertising Black Adam other than The Rock doing it on Instagram.
I'm pretty, initial box office of this film seems fine. I'm not saying it's a blowout, but it seems, in part, not better than, the good DC films from a, money point of view.
And admittedly, I helped the box office a little bit, because I told you I had a story about the film.
Yeah, so AJ promised story time.
Yeah. Uh, so normally one of us has seen the film before the day we record the show.
And this is not true today at all. We both saw it today.
Yes, we both happen to see it on the day we're recording this, just the way schedules worked out. So you were like, hey, can we record Black Adam on the day that we're recording? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I went on and bought my ticket. I was like, okay, I need to see this in the morning to record in the evening. So I bought a ticket for 12:15 or something like that. And I got up at my normal time. Like, I was probably up and going around 8:30. Doing my thing. Went down to the river. Had, just enjoyed the beautiful weather we've had the past couple days. And I got back, and I was making lunch. And waiting for something to cook in the oven. I was watching a playthrough of the new Call of Duty campaign. I look down, see 12:39 p.m. Go, oh fuck, I missed my movie. Well, guess I gotta buy another ticket. So, luckily it was only like $12 or something like that, but still, I was like, and it's a good thing you're like, hey, can we record in the evening so I could find something else? There was one at like 2 o'clock, so I'm like, okay, I gotta really get going, gotta quick eat lunch, go to the movie. So that's what I ended up doing.
But that's amazing. To be fair, I literally walked in my film as like the what's the horrible AMC ad thing is going.
Oh, you went to an AMC? Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay.
ad thing at the end, the Nicole Kidman thing.
So I'm curious how they did it at AMC because I saw it at a local chain here in the Grand Rapids area. Did that AMC ad play and then the movie like immediately start?
Yeah, that's how it works for AMC.
Okay, because I thought there would be like some sort of build-up or like some sort of break. Well, like the theater bumper like wrapped up, and it was like the frame that it wrapped, the WB thing started.
So how AMC is AMC like AMC time, movie time does the Nicole Kidman ad, cuts to black, and yeah, the Warner thing popped up.
Well, it was like faster than normal. Is like what I'm saying.
To be fair, it's maybe it's to do with the speed that this film begins. I think might be the faster than normal part.
I think part of it too is like I'm used to like a fade up from black for that stuff.
Right.
It was
this
like
film
no,
did not
we're
have
like
a fade out.
we're like screw your fade out. Like it feels like they forgot the fade out they forgot to put the fade out in on the final render or the fade in. And yeah, it goes and yeah. I guess my initial reactions to the start of that movie were, oh great, this is another some animal that's going buck wild at my door. What was the Thor?
Mm-hmm.
Where like it's gonna go straight into it, like no DC bumper, no nothing.
The difference is Thor is more fun. Go on.
Yeah, well that's what I was saying, right? Like I was expecting it to do its thing and be like an homage to the Thor Open. Mm-hmm. It felt like it was an homage to the Thor Open put on by sophomores in film school. Like it felt so like, oh, this is just what's gonna happen. It's gonna be.
So I want to jump in here and start with my first one. My question starts with, why were they driving the Mystery Machine? Because I filmed the entire time I'm watching that van, I'm like, this is the fucking Mystery Machine.
Well, and here's where it got even weirder. Like, what was it supposed to be? Like, was it supposed to be Middle East? Was it supposed to be, like, South Africa? Like,
this is supposed to be, not Egypt, but, like, between Egypt and Israel. Like, that, like, Middle Eastern kind of pocket. That's what this is supposed to be. I don't. It's not. I know it's not Egypt because of the Egypt DC one, but it's like right next to it.
Yeah. So, like, it's like, okay, where are they trying to put this? Because it feels, it felt a lot like they took a South American city and put it in the desert. You know, like, almost like they went to Brazil, took a favela from Rio and put it in the desert. That's what it felt like in terms of the city design. So I was like, okay, what are they? You know, and then you've got Intergang, which is the worst name ever.
Oh yeah, fucking that was atrocious.
And it's like, okay, are they supposed to be like? Who are they supposed to be? Are they supposed to be like the company from Avatar, where like they're going to this area to mine this thing, and it seems like it. But,
yeah. They were the most, combined with the location, most generic. We are a villain. Here are slaves. Have a good day.
I feel like that's this DC. Like, at least with Marvel, it feels like the villains are a little nuanced.
Like Marvel, the weakness a lot of times has been the villains, to be fair. But yeah, this one though, my issue with this one is like, they were the villain, but then this king, this other like equivalent, like the king was the villain, and then so like you know how Shazam and Black Adam got their power from the gods. Apparently, the demons can also give powers, which even though in comic stuff, like that wasn't explained super well.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like you have the wizards who are the good guys, you have the demons who are the bad guys. Like, it makes sense in terms of course, there's going to be a bad guy getting his powers from some evil form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, whatever. That's pretty bog standard. In fact, in a way, it was almost like, okay, the king, right? It felt like that was a better backstory than most other villains we normally get. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, like this is how Black Adam got his power, and this is how the King got his power. Cool. Like, thanks for explaining it, right? Like, that was really nice that they kind of laid it out there, because then you can understand where they're coming from, right? Like the power, where that stuff's coming from. And so in a way, like, I applaud them for that. I feel like that was one of the strengths of the movie, was keeping the characters intentionally vague, because I mean, Black Adam isn't a hero, right? Like, and it's stated throughout the movie by one of the worst actors in Hollywood that he's not a hero. He's not a superhero. It's like, okay, yeah,
just
like
maybe one too many times also.
Yeah. Like, cool.
And also, I want to put the twist with like him being the father. I actually thought was actually decently executed, but I feel like they didn't do a good explanation of like, so like when he like eventually like, he gives himself up, right, to go be prisoned forever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like that jump to me was not super well like explained. Of like, here we are. I'm fine now being in prison forever. Like, I feel like that jump was a little extreme.
Yeah, it went from he was ready to murk Hawkman to, yeah, sure, whatever. And yeah, that jump was kind of like, okay.
Like, I don't know the worst jump, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah. It felt like a jump of, all right, we need to power him down. How do we do that? Okay, well, he Shazams himself. All right, fine, whatever. Why does he do that? Because plot point. Sure, go with it. You know, that's kind of what it felt like. And I don't know, like, it's weird, right? So they've got Waller, who they're trying to build up as this like Nick Fury character,
I used to get I used to get like Viola Davis agreed to keep doing these. Like in my head, it was she did Suicide Squad, and then the Suicide Squad they offered her a fat check, and I'm like, she must be done. And every time I'm like, she's back.
Well, she was in Justice League as well.
Hmm.
So like she's the I don't know.
So you think of her as Nick Fury? I think of her more like.
Well, I don't think of her as Nick Fury. I'm saying like they want like that style.
See, I was thinking more in Bond. I think it's more. I see her as. Is it? Who runs it?
M.
Yeah,
Well,
I see him with like an M, like that type of.
Yeah, I could see that, but in a way, she doesn't like the superheroes.
Away, yeah.
So what I was going to say is like they want a Nick Fury, but their Nick Fury hates superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just feels so weird. Like, are they trying to build her to be a villain as well? Like, which if they do that, I think that's an awesome move. Right? Have this kind of overarching character that doesn't give a shit and ends up becoming a villain.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of cool. Like, that's a cool build to a character. Which, considering DC does so few movies, I think it would be a welcome thing, right? Because, like, if it was Marvel, this would be played out over, like, 8 different movies. It would be the end of a phase, a couple TV shows. You're like, all right, I'm sick and tired of this. Like, let's just do this. But in DC, in the moment, it's kind of like, okay, she hates these guys. She tolerates some of them just to get where she wants, which is ultimate control. Cool. Whatever. And but they need to build to that if that's what they're going for. Otherwise, just having a character that hates superheroes be in charge of superheroes, you're like, good God, there's going to be a 15-minute monologue in this movie about how she hates that she has to use these people. She'd rather use Rick Flag and his mercs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's telling that we've talked for 17 minutes now and basically haven't covered anything about the movie.
So let's see. What's the other big plot? So literally, it's like I think the twist of him being the father. I actually don't know Black Adam though. I think it's a cool one. I think I enjoyed. At least
it was certainly interesting. Like,
yeah, I think it was a good touch.
Yeah,
the way they even like didn't show it and they kept showing going back to the scene and changing what happened.
I was gonna say it was also kind of cool how it was almost like an unreliable narrator, where you're like, okay, the story that we're first told is the champion defeats the king after the king had worn the crown. In reality, the champion Shazams his powers to his dad. Champion dies. Dad goes in, kills the king. Okay, like, you know, it's not just a to B superhero story. I like how he got his powers.
That's, I think, a good touch. I think when you discuss the thing, as we said, it was forward, obviously, is the Henry Cavill back as Superman part. So what's interesting to me also is, I don't even know, Black Adam is Shazam's villain normally, so it's very interesting to me that, like, obviously they did it for the pop of Superman, but I find that one extra interesting.
Yeah, I feel like they're building to, okay, Shazam's gonna take over a spot, maybe Batman's spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I'm pretty sure Affleck is not going to be Batman again.
I'd be wild if we got him back.
And the only Batman that you have currently running is an awesome take on kind of a very gritty Batman who clearly isn't in this universe. Right, like the Batman, the current one. What's his face? Robert Pattinson.
Twilight Boy. Yes.
He's not in this DC universe. Right, like that's kind of made clear throughout that movie that this is way more real in terms of nobody has powers. Right, like you're not seeing people fly around or do whatever, right? It's all natural stuff. Obviously, there is some supernatural, like the Joker and what they're going to do with that, and where they could go with that. But I feel like I really hope they don't introduce Superman. But yeah, it feels like they're going to have Shazam take over a spot on the Justice League, and I mean, with the reception to 1984, I feel like Wonder Woman's going to be replaced, but by who? That's a little weird. Aquaman gets weirder and weirder because how do you deal with the Amber Heard situation? It sounds like they're going to cut her out of that movie completely.
And then after that, you have the Flash situation.
Oh, dear God. Yeah, you have...
That's another one you gotta think of, too. Like,
you have the Flash, who the actor for that could be going away for up to 26 years. But apparently they're doing reshoots. So... yeah, DC's in a really weird position. Like, obviously... I think a lot of their problems come down to... what's his name? Jeff Johns. The guy that's kind of running DC right now. Like, you had, you obviously had the Chris Nolan Batman. Everyone loved that. And then Marvel comes out and is like, we're going to do our own thing. And DC's kind of left going, okay, well, how do we do our thing? Because Batman, begins Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, can't really do anything with that universe because we know it's going to end, right? Like, Nolan's going to leave, whatever. But how do we handle that? They just never figured out a way to do that. Like, it's... to me, I feel like DC could have gone the way more, like... and maybe they went too far gritty, but, like... I've talked about it before. Marvel movies, to me, are so sterile. Right? Like, they have the exact same playbook. Like, they're basically Mad Libs at this point. And you're like, okay, they're not going to take any risks. The furthest they'll go is, like, Winter Soldier. Right?
which at the time I would argue was pretty groundbreaking. I understand now it's...
Yeah. And so they're not very gritty. They're very supernatural powers, things like that. DC could have easily gone the route of, okay, we've got Shazam, Black Adam, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Those are our four that have powers. Everyone else is normal. Right, so you could have built up to that and then introduced Flash in a really cool way. But the fact that they want to do an ensemble movie first and kind of killed that whole thing.
You know, it's wild though. As we're all saying this, remember, we still, as we know of, have like 4 more films in the DC, what they're calling the DC Extended Universe, which
Yep.
is wild.
Yeah, I've got what, Shazam 2, The Flash.
We know there's a new Superman who's been officially announced, John Cavill. We know Gunn has 2 DC projects. We don't know what they are. We assume one is Peacemaker season 2.
God, that raises another question. Like, is Gunn's Suicide Squad in this universe?
My understanding is it's the Suicide Squad that's canon.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Gunn's Suicide Squad. He
Yeah,
didn't do
yeah,
the first one.
that
So,
one's the canon one.
yeah. Well, like, is that in, like, theoretically, could Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, and Shark Boy, what did they actually call him? Killer Shark?
Fuck, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, like, that squad, could they run into Black Adam?
Yeah, in theory they could.
In which case, I think that'd be hilarious. Because you've set up Black Adam as this, super gritty, like, anti-hero character. And you bash that into the viewer's skull during that movie. Okay, whatever. Right? Like, it almost desensitized me at a point to like, yeah, sure, whatever, say your thing, like you're not here to protect bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then here comes Harley Quinn, who has not a care in the world. You got Polka Dot Man, who fucking throws polka dots at people. Right? Like, that, I want to see that. I want to see it done by a James Gunn. Right? Like, if you're going to involve the Suicide Squad in anything, I want Gunn handling that movie. Because he will handle it with the stupidity that it knows it has.
Mm-hmm.
And will treat that in the right way. Meanwhile, I feel like there's no connection in the DCEU.
Oh, not at all.
Right? Like, other than that they're DC movies. There's... You're trying to tell me, right, like, oh, well, Suicide Squad is in the same universe as Black Adam, who's in the same universe as Justice League. And you're going, okay. I feel like Flashpoint needs to happen because that would explain a lot.
But then you have to release a film starring.
Then you have to release a film starring someone that's potentially going to prison.
Huh?
So, God, I'd feel so bad for the people working on that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're pouring your heart into this project. And your lead actor has to go and break into people's houses and cause ruckus and this and that. And your movie could potentially just be fully scrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
It's a fun mess to work for Warner Brothers. I think that's a safe thing to say.
I was thinking about it though, because right, it says like Warner Brothers Discovery now on Black Adam.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was interesting to me too.
I mean, that's an easy fix.
Yeah,
right?
it's
like you just re-render that title sequence with a
I
different.
understand the Henry Cavill scene was filmed a month ago. It was all easy to fix.
Yeah. Was the Discovery merger the worst thing to happen for Warner Brothers?
Ever? Probably.
Because, well, I mean, like recently, right? Like maybe not ever, but
I don't know. Pretty close.
because there's been so much bad press with that. And so many projects getting canceled and things cut, and it's like, I understand you need to merge to keep Disney at bay. Right? Like, you need to be just big enough that Disney can't just, yeah, sure, whatever, we'll just buy you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know, dude. Like, do I recommend Black Adam? Probably not. Was it bad? Not really. Was it good? No. Like this movie's a perfect 4 out of 10.
I would have said like a 5, but that's probably fair.
Like, it's got a solid plot. There's a lot of stuff that leaves questions. Like, there's a lot of just needless stuff in it too. Doesn't explain a whole lot in terms of like external plot stuff. Like, am I supposed to know who the Justice Society is?
To be fair though, it's kind of like how they treat like the Suicide Squad. Like it's one of those. Like I don't know just like super well, but my understanding is I think they're a little more of a fluidish team in the same way that like Suicide Squad is.
Yeah, but like there's zero introduction to them.
Oh yeah, you know that's valid. Like
It's
even
like,
the way
oh, it's like, oh, who's here?
You
Like,
show the history a little bit more. Like
yeah.
I think it'd be funny if you played it like you should have gone back to Justice League and these guys were in the background the whole time dealing with like small stuff. Like you should have like played it like they've been here forever.
Are Fate and Atom Smasher from Shazam?
No.
Okay, because they talk about them like they're established characters. So, like, I haven't seen Shazam, so I don't know who these characters are, right? Like, they treat Fate like he's this, basically God.
Mm-hmm.
And, I have no... Shit, I don't know who he is, right? Like, is he out of this world? Is he, is he a Mysterio type? Like, what is he? Like, should I fear Hawkman? Right? Like,
yeah, Hawkman's interesting because I don't think any fiction can deal with Hawkman. Hawkman's just like one of those like he almost looks like generic mini boss. So you have to be like, how do you make people care about him?
which this movie does in the worst way. Like, I don't care about any of the characters in this movie.
Also, the little grunts on the enemy side were so throwaway. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like the bikes, I'm like, did you find this off of like generic sci-fi?
Well, and that's the thing too, right? Like, they totally just like wand those away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least to Black Panther's credit, they say like, the vibranium made them like this technological force that's
Like they
500 years ahead.
Yeah, in this movie, but they never explain to us what it is. Besides, it's an Earth element.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it harnesses the power of whatever, and they can form it into a crown that grants invincibility. Cool. So how can they make bikes that can like
Or how can they make this one force field or ship that's impenetrable? Can we explain this a little better?
Yeah.
Especially if it was so rare that one gem was enough for them to fight for freedom. Like, I'm so confused, like, how much all of this takes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit. Like, let's go back to Avatar. They at least explain that unobtainium
Fuck, I forgot the name of it.
is, like, impossible to get. It's only on this one planet. Like, we use it for all this stuff.
Yeah. Fucking forgot it's literally unobtainium because you can't obtain it.
So like,
which you might...
even that has a throwaway name is explained better than this element that is apparently like vibranium.
But you mind that this type of element exists, but you also already have kryptonite, so I'm extra confused.
I feel like
I want to end this though is talking about. I want to see if you had the same trailer I did, since I assume the trailer packages might be national. Did you at the David Harbinger Santa film?
No.
Fuck, are you familiar with this?
Yes, Violent Santa or whatever.
Violent Night. I think
Violent Night.
Yeah,
That's what it's called.
Yes,
I am semi-familiar with it. I think I've seen one trailer, but
yeah, we found a December fucking film unless something changes. I'm just saying.
Oh, I was gonna pitch Avatar for.
Oh, fuck. He's trying to make me fall asleep at a film.
God, you know that film is gonna be like 4 hours.
And you know we're gonna walk out and I'm gonna look at you and go, name me one character in that film.
Jake
name.
Sully. I know he's in it because I saw the trailer.
Like, that's it. That's all I got.
But
Yeah, I think
oh,
that's
good
it.
God, man! Like, I think you put it perfectly. Like, confusion is how I would describe this film.
I think that's accurate.
So
I think this film doesn't know what it is being objective, but
I think it wanted to be way grittier, way more impactful. And then they realized, oh, we've got The Rock. Like, yeah. Yeah, just...
yeah. Alright, I'll do it for us here in Movie Club. This was this month's Movie Club of Black Adam. Just so everyone is familiar, we know for a fact our next film will be Wakanda Forever. So prepare your local stuff for that. We'll talk about it in the next SWW show next week. Thank you for joining us. We are sorry that you had to pay for that, but you may have let Warner help exist just a little bit longer. I was Mike, this was AJ, and we'll see you at the movies.
The SWW show and all of its affiliate podcasts are podcast by me, Mike Maroney, and AJ Losi, sometimes by our contributors, including Corey King. You can follow the SWW show on social media at the SWW show, or sooner or later you go to patreon.com/SWW to help us out. Thank you. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day.